Hello, my name's Mallory, and my mentor is over there, Professor Araya. I'm here to present the 3-step composting project. It's personally a really important thing to me because I care a lot about the environment. Since I'm a biology major, I really want the environment to be healthy and better for everyone. We are really hoping that we can change at least the campus, if not the world, with our project. To break the ice, I have a question for you guys, and we're actually going to give out a prize for whoever gets it right. What percentage of the trash in the entire nation is compostable?
20%. 25. 5%.
Let's give it to her. You got the closest one. It is 21%. 21%. I actually was able to get in contact with a guy named Stephen Rinaldi. He actually works at the United States Environmental Protection Agency, well, specifically the New Jersey one. He estimates that food waste makes up approximately 21% of the solid food waste stream. And while it doesn't seem like a lot at first, you have to remember that all the waste in the world in the United States is over 10 billion. So this is at least 1 billion or more pounds of food. And in just Mercer County in New Jersey, they did a study and they found out that 25% of that was food waste. So our project is actually a multi-step project. Our short-term goals, which is for this summer, we're hoping that we can get done with this summer. We want to kickstart our project of composting, and we want to do 3 methods. And if you don't know what composting is, it's basically you take a bunch of trash that is biodegradable, and you are able to make that trash into usable soil. The first method is basically what you would use in your backyard. You have a pile of trash and dirt, and you tumble it every so often so air can get in it, and you basically just kind of let it sit there. Our second method is going to be something called the rocket composter. It's this almost $100,000 machine that the school bought a couple years ago and then never used. Well, used a little bit, then stopped using it. It basically makes the compost project a lot faster. It shortens it to 14 days, other than like months it takes for food to naturally decay. And our third is the vermicompost, which is basically using worms to eat the food for you and poop it out. We're also really hoping that we can raise awareness across the campus, because it's actually a lot easier to do all this than people think it is, especially if we're doing all the actual composting work for you. All you need to do is give us your trash. And we also want to do a soil quality experiment, testing each of these soils in accordance to the Soil Society of the United States have their own guidelines of phosphorus, nitrates, oxygen, sulfur, stuff like that, so that we have the proper nutrition for plants. And we also want there to be low contaminants such as like arsenic and metals and stuff like that, and plastics. And we also want the soil to be able to hold moisture while letting go of excess moisture that could cause roots to rot. Basically like a soil that can work for all plants. Our long-term ultimate goals is to reduce the compostable waste all over campus. And I'm excited to announce that as of this morning, we have the gourmet dining people on our side. We're really hoping that right now I'm going to get into this on the next slide, but right now we can't do this yet, but we're hoping to do a complete cycle, which is all using organic waste to energize, give us the energy for the rocket. Hasn't been set up yet, but we hope we can do that. We want to create usable, healthy soil for everyone to use. We also want to do an experiment that we couldn't do this year because we have to go through an ethics committee. Basically, we want to get some people over a course of X amount of time, weigh their trash every week without composting, do it again with composting, compare that. Okay, so this is from oil to soil. This is our actual 3-step program that at the beginning is kind of getting hard because the machines are really big and it's hard to move them everywhere. Our first step is to collect used cooking oil from the cafeteria, which they've agreed to give to us. It's going to power something called a megawatt. The patent is pending on the Vegawatt, so there's not really released how they do it exactly, but it basically converts the oil to electricity and hot water. Second step is to utilize the energy generated from that to power our all of our composters, basically. This is vermicomposter, but all of them. And third is that we're going to supply the community with fresh soil, healthy, hopefully healthy soil, and then that can be used to grow food, and then it can be a whole cycle. But we need your help, because this is my trash from like a week, and this is enough. We need your help to give us your vegetable and fruit waste. I know at least some of you eat vegetables and fruit. You can't eat your apple cores. You're not gonna finish your entire salad. You're gonna have bread that goes moldy. Give it to us, we'll take it. You don't have to do anything. We just give us our trash. Mondays 11 to 12. It's outside of the cafeteria. It's that place where people go and smoke, but it's not gonna be that place. It's not gonna be that place anymore because we're gonna clean it up. But it's a place where people used to go to smoke. Thank you very much, and here are meeting times, links if you want to know anything else. This link has a chart that says what you can and can't compost. There's some pretty interesting stuff on there. You can compost hair, apparently.